All right, this is our first stage. This is the 10th anniversary Black Hawk Down match, inspired by the events there. They do this every 10 years at this location. So another 10 years, they'll probably do it again.
Shooter, are you ready? Stand by.
Start out, draw the pistol, get 2 hits on each paper target, all retreating back to the building. And in the building, go to each window, knock down the 2 knockdowns from each window. Takes me way too long on this one. I just wasn't quite on my game, which happens pretty often on my first stage of the day. Then I waste a few seconds clearing my pistol, which I did not have to do. You're supposed to just stage that loaded pistol on the table in a safe location. Get my rifle, run down here. Hold the rifle steal of this match. You have to get 2 hits if you have an intermediate cartridge, and only 1 hit if you have a battle rifle cartridge. I have intermediate cartridge. To get 8 total engagements going back and forth between those 2 targets, and I had to hit them each twice.
3.
Not the fastest ever. I'm kneeling, bracing on the barrel.
4.
My positioning in here, I got into a position really fast, but wasn't in a very good, stable kneeling position. And wasting a second,
6.
getting into a better position, would have given me
7.
way better time if I wouldn't have had those misses.
8.
But it's all right. Not the worst stage ever.
90-87.
9087 gets to keep all his points. Good job.
Okay, first stage of the day here for me.
Stand by.
Once I finally get my pistol unholstered, still a lot slower with that nylon one, I go ahead and neutralize the cardboard target here. Shot that section clean, so no complaints. Run down to the doorway here. Look a little bit awkward, but I was safe and kept muzzle down range, which is the important thing. Knocking down,
Next window.
and it was going so well that I got ahead of myself a little bit and almost shot the target before moving on, but I was pushed in time.
On the table.
Grabbing the rifle, we run over to the next section. Again, minding the 180 rule. It's a little bit different this time because we do have a bay pointing in the other direction, but until we get to that bay, the 180 is based on the pistol bay. Start shooting offhand initially.
1.
2 hits to neutralize each target. And then I start bracing on the barrel there to help with my accuracy, which does help a lot, makes it a lot easier, and my accuracy becomes quite good at that point.
5.
I do think I actually got through this section with fewer rounds fired than Mage, although I don't think I did any faster, so I probably could be missing faster. Still, I think it was a pretty strong stage, and I felt good about it.
This is second stage of the day. To shoot from inside this truck. Supposed to be simulating a convoy attack. Spin that, spin around.
Don't pass out.
There's some peanut gallery comments because there was concern about how loud it's going to be in there. And it, in fact, was very, very loud. I think it was louder than my ear probe, which is perfectly fine outside. Wasn't really adequate in here. I don't think it's really hearing safe, shooting entirely in that enclosed back of that truck. But, oh well, here we go.
Yeah. Okay. Understand the course of fire.
Yep.
Shooter ready.
Ready.
Stand by.
All right, you got 2 targets down there. Go back and forth between them. You start out with 10 rounds only in the magazine.
1.
and you can get as many hits as you can get with those 10 rounds. You're ultimately going to have to get 12 hits on those. Any hits you don't get in this initial stage, you get to make up at the very end to get all the way up to 12. Obviously, you can't get all the way to 12, but you can get as much as you can early on. I got 9 with just 1 miss. Now the rifle is clear. Run over to the table. There is a simulated tourniquet that you put on the table leg. It is just a big twist tie. Not really simulating putting on a tourniquet, but it simulates kind of the time to do it. And then you have a bunch of close-range paper. Neutralize each with 2 hits. This is my very first try using an offset dot. It's fine. Not the best dot as my old ADE dot. Just barely bright enough to work in desert sun. Barely. You run it back over to the truck. This time you're allowed to just climb into the back. You don't have to climb into the center and shoot through the whole thing. And get your remaining hits. I only need to get 3 more.
All right, you're done.
Load, show clear.
That's fine. So if you're more comfortable.
All right, second stage.
I think I had him put it down, so I'll leave it there.
Okay, all right.
Spending a little bit of time getting
I'm ready.
Stand by.
situated. This section was a little bit easier on me than it was on some of the other shooters because I didn't have anything like a gigantic muzzle brake to make the inside of this car absolutely horrible for me. So it was just a question of making the hits in a slightly weird position, but honestly was not too bad at all.
4, 5.
You can see that I'm getting most of these hits one for one.
9.
I think that was 1 miss there. Got through them not even too slowly. Run over to the other section. Do our stand-in tourniquet. And then we have these cardboard targets to neutralize.
Remember, you're left-handed. Right foot forward.
Mage is there coaching me to make sure that I am not making any errors based on changing my
You just put it on
handedness
safe.
about a month ago, as you saw in the previous videos. If you watch those. I believe these were actually 2 hits to neutralize, but since I had the rounds to do it, I went ahead and took some extra shots. You did have to get within a certain zone of the target, not just on the cardboard. So, better safe than sorry. Pop up in here. I am rather short, and I misjudged my little hop and had to readjust as I was getting in there, but not a big deal. And then I have to get my last 2 hits, as well as the miss from earlier, and I do that very quickly and finish under par.
And this is my 3rd stage.
Shooter
This
and
one
Cinder's
is
fire.
simulation of
Shooter ready.
a downed helicopter you
Stand
should go and
by.
defend. Using the roof prop in place of an actual helicopter prop, so they don't got that. You have a port over here to engage rifle targets, another port on the side for pistol targets. There's 4 targets, each one requires 2 hits because intermediate cartridge. Not hard at all, and then you stage the rifle there in a safe position. Whack your head on that post. Now, the smart people
This is why you
The
wear a
smart
helmet.
people did not crawl all the way over there. I could have just stayed in the same spot the entire time. The ports over on the pistol side are plenty wide enough I could just shoot from back there. I gain nothing by this movement, just wasting time.
we go.
Lesson learned. Again, 4 targets, only required 1 hit each pistol. Each iteration, you have 1 less target. So it's 4 targets the first time, then 3 targets, then 2 targets, and then 1 target. Now, near the end, I do lose track and shoot an extra target I didn't need to. Other than that, pretty good. I'm happy with this.
You're good. Keep going. Go. Go.
Your shot a bonus. You're fine.
1 steal. 1 steal.
There we go.
Good.
I lost track of which iteration I was on.
Unload. Show clear. You're good. Hammer down. Holster. Blah, blah.
Okay, this is the 3rd stage of the day, and I am just going to tell you in advance that this is my traditional dumpster fire stage for the day.
Okay, make sure your muzzle's down range when you run it. Are you ready? Stand by.
All is going smoothly enough, keeping the muzzle down range as I run over the barricade. Now, this porthole ends up being what causes me the problem I have. Now, I've shot through portholes before, however, most of them have been while I've been shooting right-handed. The thing I did not realize until I made a mistake more than once was that if I simply mirrored the position I used to shoot through a porthole right-handed, my right hand actually brushes up against the ejection port when I am shooting left-handed. Not necessarily 100% of the time, because, you know, angles and stuff, but some of the time, enough of the time. And I got to spend a whole bunch of this particular round just clearing my malfunctions. I can't complain too much because they are entirely self-induced. Unfortunate, but hey, when I am actually getting the shots off, I'm hitting. So this could have been a pretty good stage for me. It just didn't pan out that way because I am still having the occasional teething issues of switching from right-handed to left-handed, and honestly not being that much of a sporty person or that experienced of a shooter up until
Straighten those arms.
very recently. I mean, I wouldn't really count myself as experienced even now, but more than I was a year ago, certainly.
Straighten those arms.
You can see additional issues with my technique, and that is in the form of pistol. My arms have a tendency of getting relaxed as I shoot. Something I need to work on. I'm getting better, just not as quickly as would probably be ideal. The other ideal
Right
thing
in the dirt. There it
to
is.
have not
Buried in the dust.
would be not shoving my Glock in the sand. Not really a great strategy either for
2 hits
someone
on each
who's
one.
either going to keep running. But hey, it is important to make sacrifices for comedy, right? Right? Okay. Anyway, malfunction number 2. Again, I think this is where I realize what I actually did, and it's already too late. I still have to spend the time to clear this, but it is what it is. Malfunction is cleared, and I go back to trying to get some hits, but I really struggle to find an angle that both will not cause a malfunction and will allow me to get a good view on the target. And then I fire out.
Final stage, the Black Hawk down mode. By far the most complex stage. Lots of going back and forth, doing various different things. a very fun stage, but there was confusion as to how it was run. I start out here with the rifle.
Do you understand the course of fire?
You're supposed to move the table and engage those targets down there. Yeah, I didn't. It's not considered to be an advantage, so I didn't get docked for that. And then you have to engage that paper target between the sticks. Not required to be moving. Question as to whether or not you could fire multiple shots or required to only fire one shot there. Different squads ran it different ways. But it's okay, I still managed to miss one of them anyways. Then you go to the steps, fire from above the step, then from the bottom step. Depending on which squad you're on, it was either from on top of the bottom step or underneath the bottom step. Different squads interpreted it different ways. Again, not that big a deal. It just happened. Yeah, I think I missed one on the target on the left on the way. Now, you get down here underneath it, doing the whole just laying on my side to get down underneath there. Pretty awkward. Had a hard time getting a decent sight picture with my left eye, which I'm not good at anyways, and just an awkward position. But got it, just took way too long. Didn't help that I got one target, then had to reload. I should have proactively reloaded prior to going down. But once again, learning experience. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is a shot I dropped. I just rushed it too much. Then underneath the table, no big deal, nice and easy. Then you table your rifle, run up, have a little pistol section. There's the Mini-Mo, which is a very fun little target. Shoot the center, head pops up, shoot the head, center pops back down. Start out, hit the center, pop up the head. Had a little bit of malfunction. Note, I have not cleaned this pistol since halfway through Potato Brutality. Probably could have. Get a hit on each of these. 2 hits on the end. 1 hit back here. And then knock down the head. Another little malfunction to clear there. Bit of foreshadowing for what's going to happen on the next day. Bam.
Clear?
One positive thing I can say about the stage is that I kind of got it together again, despite having just had somewhat of a dumpster fire on the previous stage. I can't always do that. Sometimes that really throws me off for the next stage or
2 hits on
so,
each.
and I just can't do it. But hey, here I am. I'm making the hits. Moving along smoothly. I actually ended up taking some extra shots at this target, which I didn't think were extra at the time, but I was doing more or less what the rest of the squad was doing. Getting these shots even through the porthole, not really a problem. Again,
Sticks.
taking the extra shot.
You just shoot this offhand. You don't have to stand on it.
Offhand. Going well. No problem at all at this range.
Down to the bottom step.
Honestly, when things go well shooting left-handed, they go really well. So I think this is a good strategy for me, even if I have some learning to do. Even under the step goes well,
One
and
shot on that target
I
while moving.
do have the bonus of being a pretty good ambi shooter now,
And down.
because I have been shooting with what is arguably the wrong hand for a year. And shoot. Then I am shooting left-handed again. Honestly, I make the transition look easy, which honestly, given
Go
how
prone.
awkwardly I do so
2
many
hits on
things,
each.
is kind of cool to me. Even laying down here, very smooth, getting those hits. I did need to do a reload though, so that was probably the downside of
Full
taking
release.
those extra shots at the cardboard there, but hey. Hindsight is 20/20, right?
Hit. Clear.
Alright, and we stay on the table.
Safe table.
Run off to the right, because you should not run in front of a loaded gun. That is not a smart thing to do. And not a safe thing to do. Up to the cone.
Pistol out.
That's
Thumbs down. Strong grip.
low unholstering. I really do need to get a faster draw holster. I get the hit, but it didn't pop up initially. And then there it is. Activated the mini-mo.
One hit
One
from
hit.
here.
Move on. 2 hits.
2 hits. Straight arms. Straighten your
Once
arms.
I am holding my pistol correctly, that goes pretty well.
1 hit.
Oh, miss.
Keep going.
They did let me finish up since I was so close to the end, but I
All right,
did
get
par
that
out
hit.
with that beep there, I believe. But it went pretty smoothly, and I got the mini-mo down.
Show clear. You are done.
All right.